Well, it feels weird saying it's that time of year again when it's September, but it's time to start looking at the draft. And I can speak for both of us in saying we are really excited to finally be able to do this mock draft video, because the draft is one of the most highly anticipated days in the hockey calendar, and having to push it back this far has been brutal. Now all we can do is look forward to what will be one of the weirdest drafts in a while, if not ever. Hey, it's Matt from Puck Rivals, and in this video, Billy and I are going to reveal our 2020 NHL mock draft picks. Since we only know who's picking in the top 15 so far, after a last minute change with the captain trade, thanks Toronto, those are the picks we will be covering today. Be sure to leave a comment on your thoughts about our mock draft, and with that, let's get right into the video. Now starting off with the number 1 pick, we have the New York Rangers, who have the easy selection of choosing elite winger Alexis Lafreniere. The draft lottery win gave the Rangers a guaranteed all-star to add to their top 6. Lafreniere put up 112 points this year in the QMJHL, with the best point per game in the CHL since McDavid in 2014-15, on top of winning the CHL Player of the Year for the second straight season. The left winger has elite hockey sense and competitiveness, and can play a physical game too to go along with his top-line offensive ability. He's a scoring threat in many ways, and is another potential franchise player for the Rangers, who with this pick quickly cruise out of their rebuild and into yearly playoff contention. Moving on to the second pick in the draft, we have the Los Angeles Kings, who end up taking German top prospect Tim Stützle with their pick. Stützle's draft stock continued to rise as the year went on, so much so that he passed Quinton Byfield as the number 2 pick in our mock draft. He has elite skating and hockey IQ, and has shown his ability to be able to play at the wing or center, which is great for a Kings team that has built a solid prospect pool up front. Stützle plays the game at top speed, and has the skill to comfortably slide into the Kings lineup next season and boost their top 6. This creative and skilled forward is going to do wonders for this rebuilding LA team. Now we have the Ottawa Senators with the 3rd overall pick, and they have the easy choice of taking Quinton Byfield in that spot. He put up 84 points in 45 games this year for the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL. In Byfield, they get a player who is a great blend of size and skill, and fortunately for the Senators, plays center. He skates very well for his size and could develop into a physical force to go along with his offensive ability. With Byfield, the Senators now have a prospect with the potential to be their number 1 center. They have a great prospect pool on the wings, so Byfield being available at number 3 is perfect for Ottawa. Moving on to the 4th pick in our mock draft, we have the Detroit Red Wings, who will select elite playmaker Cole Perfetti from Saginaw of the OHL. Perfetti put up an impressive 111 points in 61 games for the Spirit, and playing in Michigan gave Detroit scouts the chance to get a very good look at the dynamic player they're getting. He has elite hockey sense and top-end creativity and scoring touch. Perfetti has the vision to create plays that a lot of players aren't able to do, and should be a pick that makes the Red Wings fans not feel so bad about losing the lottery. He has the ability to play center or the wing, but he is likely to be an elite winger to be incorporated into Detroit's top 6. Now we have the Ottawa Senators once again at pick number 5, where we have them taking the best defenseman in this draft, Jamie Drysdale. While having 2 picks in the top 5, it makes sense for the Senators to take an elite forward and D-man, one in Drysdale who was almost 8 points per game this year with Erie in the OHL. He's one of the best skaters in this draft and really good on his edges, and that was most notable when he played very well in the World Juniors this past year for Canada as an underage player. For a defenseman to be able to do that is extremely rare. That kind of confidence he had playing against the older and stronger competitors should really make this a no-brainer for Ottawa. Drysdale has the potential to be a number 1 D-man, and for a team that already has Chabot and up-and-comer Erik Brannstrom, their D-corps could be really good in a few years. Now taking a look at the Anaheim Ducks with the number 6 spot, where we have them taking Swedish winger Lucas Raymond. Raymond put up 10 points in 33 games for Frölunda in the SHL this season. He has high-end hockey sense and creativity, and has the potential to run a power play at the NHL level. Raymond makes plays that create a lot of scoring chances, which is great for a Ducks team that finished 26th in goals for this season. Drafting Raymond along with Trevor Zegras gives the Ducks 2 dynamic prospects up front to help bolster their offense going into the future. At pick number 7, we have the New Jersey Devils, who will take another Swedish winger, Alexander Holtz. Holtz put up 16 points in 35 games in the SHL this season, along with 5 points in 7 games for Sweden at the World Juniors as an underager. He has one of the best shots, if not the best shot in this draft, with the potential to be a premier scoring winger. That is great news for the Devils, who need help in scoring, and by already having 2 top 6 centers, adding a scoring winger like Holtz is a perfect fit for New Jersey. And now Billy's going to take over and reveal the rest of our picks in our Puck Rivals mock draft.
At number 8, we have the Sabres selecting Marco Rossi, the OHL's top point producer and probably the best player available at this point. The Austrian is a fantastic playmaker and point producer with strong vision and patience with the puck. The Sabres lack scoring depth, and adding Rossi can only help. A top 6 of Eichel, Olofsson, Reinhart, Skinner, Cousins, and Rossi has potential to be a very, very good top 6 forward group. He has the skill and playmaking to be a difference maker despite his height. Moving on to the 9th pick, we have the Minnesota Wild selecting Finnish center Anton Lundell. He is a solid two-way center that can play in all situations and can get the puck into the right places. The Wild's current top 2 centers aren't very young, in Koivu and Stahl, and they don't really have any options in the system. Lundell gives them a legitimate prospect down the middle that they need, and he can carry the torch from fellow Finn Mikko Koivu. With the 10th pick, we have the Winnipeg Jets taking Jake Sanderson. Sanderson is the second defenseman off the board in our mock draft. He is an elite skater who plays with an edge and is a tough opponent. The Jets are loaded with young forwards, so with the top 10 pick, a defenseman makes more sense for them, considering how depleted their blue line has become. Along with Heinola, Pionk, and Morrissey, the Jets could have themselves a very solid top 4 D-core. Sanderson can be a nice shutdown defender for them. At 11, we have the Nashville Predators selecting Jack Quinn from the Ottawa 67s. He is arguably the best goal scorer in this draft, and he can create scoring chances for himself. Although he is a goal scorer, Quinn can also play a high-energy two-way game as well. Even after some transactions, the Preds still find themselves unable to really find any offense, bar maybe 1 or 2 players. Their defense core will still be great for years to come, so adding a young sniper can only help with their offensive issues. With the 12th selection, we have the Florida Panthers taking defenseman Caden Gooley. Gooley is a competitive defender with excellent skating ability. He's not afraid when he plays, and he is a fierce defender. It's quite obvious that the Panthers need defense, and they haven't used a first-round pick on one since they took Ekblad first in 2014. Adding Gooley will surely help in repairing their blue line, as he has the tools to become a number 3 defenseman in the NHL. The Carolina Hurricanes have the 13th pick, and we have them taking Russian goaltender Yaroslav Askarov. This pick is almost like a bonus pick for the Canes. They got it from the Leafs for taking Patrick Marleau. This team has set up so well pretty much anywhere, so they make the most sense to take the risk taking the goaltender at 13. Askarov is a composed, confident goaltender who can make saves with his athletic abilities. He played very well in the Russian minor league VHL this year. He could become a star goalie for the Hurricanes. Moving on again to the 14th pick, we have the Edmonton Oilers taking Seth Jarvis. Jarvis is a great skater who can score in a variety of ways. He's a versatile forward that can play in all situations, but don't sleep on his offense. He would have blown past 100 points in a full season in the WHL. The Oilers still lack some offensive depth, and they took defensemen with their last couple first-rounders. Jarvis can slot in at center or the wing for the Oilers, and can be a good secondary scorer for them. This could be a relative steal for Edmonton. With the 15th pick, and the last of the mock draft, we have the Maple Leafs, who just got back a first-round pick for Kapanen, selecting defenseman Braden Schneider from the Wheat Kings. Schneider is a physical, in-your-face type of defenseman who will not give you any space to make plays. Toronto could use another physical presence, and Schneider brings just that. The Leafs also need help on their right side of defense, and selecting a big right-shot D-man who can play all situations is exactly what they need. He will eventually slot into their top 4 once he fully develops. The NHL draft can be one of the hardest things to predict, since we, for the most part, have no idea what teams value and who is on their radar. But that's the fun of the mock draft, trying to pick the best prospect for a team given their draft position and the prospects that remain to be selected. Let us know in the comments section if you agree with our picks. Let us know what your mock draft looks like, and tell us who you want your team to select with their draft pick. We'll see in October how accurate this mock draft actually is. If you enjoyed this mock draft video and you love hockey, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. We're all about hockey on this channel. I'm Billy from Puck Rivals, and I'll see you next time.